What's up, Virgo? Hey, family. How are you guys doing? I hope everyone is doing well, in great mood, in great spirits. Thank you so much to those of you who are new here. I appreciate you tuning into the channel. If I resonate with you, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, okay? This is how we circulate the messages to elevate the collective. And don't forget to turn on your notification bells as well, okay? Thank you also to those of you who are returning. I genuinely and truly appreciate your continued love and support. You could be going through the residuals of a breakup, Two of Cups in the reverse. But thank you to those of you who are returning. I truly and genuinely appreciate your continued love and support. And y'all already know the vibes, family. Okay, switch the roles if you need to. Assign yourself where you see fit. Don't force anything to fit your experience, your timeline, your gender. All is fluid, especially in tarot. Remember, I'm only going to channel from your higher self. You should only listen from that aspect as well. And if this reading doesn't resonate, check out the other readings on my channel for your moon, your north node, your rising. You can also check the houses where your big three may be placed. They will resonate with you as well. And sometimes you can just watch all of your placements to get the bigger picture of your situation. So let's see what Spirit needs you to know today. Messages go. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We have reverse. Okay, so what I'm getting here is some of y'all could have just recently had a child, a baby. There could also be a pregnancy. There's a pregnancy happening here in the near future. This, because it came out in the reverse, this could be somebody around you maturing or somebody in your energy who's childish. But we're gonna see. Change, yeah, exactly. This could be you. You could be maturing. There could be inner child healing happening here. What else? Unexpected income. Main female. Then we have expectation at the bottom and occupation. Main. So I feel like some of you could be new mothers, new fathers, new parents. Okay. With this change, you could have like recently given birth or you're about to. For some of you, maybe you could be looking for a bigger car, or something about your car could be significant. You could be getting work done on your car, or maybe you just recently purchased a car. Okay, this unexpected income feels like a new opportunity on the horizon for you. There could also be unexpected, like say if you needed to get car repairs done or whatever the case may be, and you didn't have the money, like there could be money coming towards you. I don't know why I just heard unclaimed property. Like you could need to look into that. Okay, but with main female here, I feel like some of you guys are getting ready to go through a big change to where you're about to probably meet somebody who is going to be like your life partner. Y'all have kids together. Y'all could even start a business together, or this person may be wealthy or have their own resources and things like that. There's another person here who probably missed an opportunity to be with you with this Four of Cups, who you're feeling like apathetic towards or just ignoring them. So we're gonna see what is here for Virgo. for Virgo spirit. What's child? In a reverse. Ooh. Okay, so I feel like there's somebody here who wants to conceive, maybe want to have a child. Okay, with the star in the reverse, maybe you're like losing hope. I feel like there is somebody specifically that spirit could want you to be, because the star talks about divine guidance. It talks about your connection to source, to spirit. I feel like something is just not the right time, or you haven't been with the right person yet. But I feel like the change you're about to go through is you're about to, and I could be talking to a man with this main female card over here. Like maybe you haven't found the correct person. 8 of Cups in the reverse, returning, and the Page of Cups. There could be like a spirit baby. Yeah, something that you're manifesting. What else for the child? Five of Cups in the reverse, and the Hierophant. Well, it's the High Priest in this deck, but yeah, even the 7 of Pentacles talks about elapsed time or patience. So the 5 of Cups, I feel like there's some healing here that has to happen. Okay, the 5 of Cups is Scorpio Mars. You could be healing from a Scorpio. You could have a Scorpio placement. That could be significant for you. But the High Priest here talks about something that's ordained in alignment with your higher self. It could also talk about spiritual protection or like higher level of commitment. I feel like that's what's happening here. I feel like the star in the reverse is you maybe have suffered a lot of disappointment, okay? Or there's inner child healing here that's happening. And you won't be able to align with your life partner, you know, and things like that until you clear out some residual effects of a relationship. What's give me one of the 5 of Cups in the reverse. This could even be like this in terms of if you're a woman, your womb. The 5 of Cups reverse. The 6 of Swords. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back, you guys. Sorry. So yeah, the 6 of Swords, Aquarius energy is significant here because the star is Aquarius and so is the 6 of Swords. I believe that's Mercury. So I feel like you're healing from something. There could be a relationship you were in that triggered your inner child. Or this could be a relationship to where you thought you were going to be with a person for life. Like the High Priest could be marriage, contracts, higher level of commitment, and things like that. So I feel like you're moving on from something that probably gravely disappointed you or wounded you in a way. Because even the 5 of Pentacles can talk about insecurities, but in the reverse, it's like you overcoming that. So I feel like things are moving on into peaceful and calmer waters. This could be you had a child with a person and y'all are separated now and you're becoming a single parent, but that was not in your plans. Okay, or you could already have a child and you've experienced this in the past and you've moved on to another relationship and now you're trying to, you know, get married, start your life over, have another child, or, you know, create another family. Thank you so much. Welcome. Welcome. I really don't have a list, but one day I'll come on here and give readings. Because a lot of people have been asking me, but I don't have the time to do personal readings right now. I might have a few requests that I need to check on in my email. So I'll take care of those. But what's the 6 of Swords? I feel like you're healing and moving on from something. Either it's your inner child or you and the child. So the death card in the reverse. This is like somebody who's fearing change, resisting change, don't want to change. Or this could be like, yeah, okay, so you're energetically holding on to something from the past with this death card in the reverse. Scorpio energy is significant here, which talks about death and rebirth, change, formation. The heart, I mean, the death card is even the heart chakra. So this could be manifesting as stagnancy. Knight of Swords in reverse, Ten of Wands. Yeah, it's like there's a school here that you kept repeating. Either it's with different people who ended up showing the same, like an energy signature, or this is with a specific person. It'll be different for all of you. But this is more so you giving me like you ended up in a lot of relationships where you were triggered. Your inner child was triggered, or people were in and out with you, or you know, they didn't really commit to you the way that you would have needed to in order to build and sustain a family. What's this death card in the reverse? This could be another person holding on to you as you move as well. Three of Cups in the reverse. Cancer, Mercury. For some of you, there is a person who's trying to let go of a third party to move to, but I feel like you're being protected from whoever this is with the Hierophant. There's something you're being protected from, or your life has been divinely guided and orchestrated. Give me on the death card reverse. Yeah, look, the Page of Cups. Something about children is really significant in this read. King of Swords reverse, Queen of Swords reverse. Yeah, this is a couple, but they're both in the reverse, so this is karmic and the wheel. It's like your love life may not make sense to you, but I feel like there are certain lessons and tests you have to pass. You could be a divine being, a light worker, a starseed, an earth angel, something. I feel like you have rank in the spirit realm. And it's almost like, in a way, you haven't been authentically showing up in your relationships either, because I feel like this has to do something with settling. Who's giving me on this Page of Cups? For some of you, you could have lost a child or miscarried one in the past. Yeah, look, the Six of Cups. My condolences. Too many cards. Just one, Spirit. What's the Page of Cups, please? The King of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, this is the energy of somebody that's non-committal. Okay, I feel like you could have been in a lot of connections where you were put in third-party situations unknowingly. And they were a test of your faith. They were a test of your integrity, your character with this Hierophant here. Because I feel like a lot of your relationships could have been spiritual assignments, or these people could have been spiritually assigned to you in order for you to evolve. But this King of Pentacles in the reverse is somebody who's non-committal. It could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Strong Taurus with the Hierophant here. But this could also be somebody who is lacking financial stability. Okay, this person could be lazy. I feel like you could have expected to conceive and have a child in your last relationship, but you're being protected from somebody who is not in alignment. Yeah, look, the Devil, the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is your energy, Virgo, Venus. Okay, but this person would have created blockages for you financially and spiritually. Let me have the Ace of Swords here, the Page of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like after you may have realized why something with you and another person didn't work out. Okay, but what's the Hierophant? You could even be going through a divorce. Some of y'all could have went through a divorce where somebody tried to hold on to all of your assets and yeah, Ten of Swords. This feels like divine intervention. Yeah, the Hangman and the Ten of Pentacles. So there has been a delay. Even this Ten of Pentacles is your energy, is Virgo Mercury. I feel like something has really required your patience, okay? Because you have the right intentions when dating, but I feel like because you're unhealed, you could be attracting people who have needed to do shadow work and things like that as well. But it's like you operate from a more conscious awareness place to where you're not projecting your wounds, your fears, your insecurities and triggers and things like that onto other people, right? But whoever this King of Pentacles in the reverse is could be somebody that you dated who had a lot of problems with commitment in their finances. So it feels like the Hangman here, something has been delayed, and that's really just preparation. It's really just integration that needs to take place, or it's just you needing to have patience. But the Hangman is like getting grounded in reality, making sacrifices, or you just being in this place of stillness until you receive whatever information spirit is trying to give you. So I feel like you have one Ten of Pentacles, a family, a business, you want to build a legacy, an empire, and things like that. Give me more on the Ten of Swords, Gemini energy. Yeah, the Six of Cups. Scorpio energy. A Scorpio sun. Yeah, this past person, I feel like they betrayed you, but it was really more so spirit forcing this person's hand. Like, in order to get you to leave a cycle. Well, Ace of Swords, that's the truth. In order, give me more than 10 of Swords. They could have betrayed you with a person from their past. The Hermit in the reverse. Yeah, this talks about spiritual enlightenment. When this in the upright, it's you more so gaining clarity on a certain situation, investigating or looking further into something beneath the surface, turning inward to find whatever answers you may need. But in the reverse, I feel like you've already found it. Yeah, the Ace of Swords is true. I feel like there's a big epiphany that you're having here. This Ace of Swords keeps coming out. Either this is a big epiphany that you're having here, or you're seeing lots of signs, symbols, synchronicities from spirit. Because I feel like what's happening here is they're trying to align you with the correct person. Okay. And I feel like you need to be with somebody who has. And now money isn't everything, right? But if you're trying to have kids and build a family and things like that, you need money. It's a tool. So what's changed? I feel like you're going through a big change. It feels more so of an awakening. I feel like why you've had to endure certain experiences in your past, or why you had to date a specific person in your past, is what you're coming to realize. Like something happened for you and not to you. What's changed? And even the Hermit is your energy. So I feel like as you go through this awakening, a lot of your past experiences are starting to make sense to you. Yeah, so we have the High Priestess in the reverse and the Karma card, which talks eclipse. There's a lot being eclipsed out of your energy at this time. We are heading into eclipse season. But also the High Priestess in the reverse, it's like there's a lot of things that are being revealed to you. Because this card is also the Judgment in traditional tarot, which means like ascension, passing spiritual tests, your self-awareness, okay, and things of that nature. Seven of Cups in the reverse, Hangman. Yeah, it's like you're no longer confused. I feel like for some of you, there's a specific person who you confused as your life partner, and they turned out not to be. But I feel like you're figuring out why. Hey there, welcome. I feel like you're figuring out why. You could be finding out a lot of information about this past person too. Whether this is somebody who you had a child with and you had to move on from, or whether this is somebody who you plan to, you know, go the whole 9 yards with. I feel like the change that's happening here is within you. You're awakening in a sense. So it's like you're no longer doubting your intuition with this high priestess in the reverse. That could be it for some of you. Also, this could be like somebody here, as you change, ascend, and move on, could be having emotional outbursts. I'm getting that too. But also, I feel like this high priest in reverse is just a lot of things that were hidden from you that's finally being revealed. In terms of the direction your life has been going. Give me more on the high priestess in the reverse. There's something about illusion here that's over too. Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. There could be like fights and arguments over money with a past person that you're divorcing or that you divorced. For some of you, I'm seeing here you break generational rhythms, patterns, inheritances. Nine of Cups reverse, Strength card reverse. Somebody didn't have any sexual discipline. This Nine of Cups in reverse gives somebody who's like very lustful. And they're not built for long term. They're not built to be in an actual union or partnership with this Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. They don't know how to. Some people just don't know what it looks like to build a solid foundation, you know, that will actually be able to sustain you long term. Some people just are okay with just like existing in a relationship, whether operating out of intention. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you're starting to be more intentional about what you give your time and energy to. I feel like you could be learning a lot about your bloodline too, your history, where you came from. And that'll give you purpose. That'll give you, because the judgment can talk about your life purpose. And that's a part of your spiritual inheritance as well, your identity. Because when you know who you are, where you came from, it gives you purpose. What else? High Priestess reverse with the Ten of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, the judgment. I mean, not the judgment, the Six of Wands. I don't know why I just said that. I feel like you were under judgment, or another person here was under judgment, but the Wands is fulfilling a prophecy. I feel like you are breaking a generational curse here for sure. But it's like in terms of the family dynamic that you create, you could be one that's more conscious about, you know, the family that you desire to have. The Six of Wands is also success. For some of you guys, there could have been a divorce here that was like long and drawn out, and you're finally winning something in court in terms of this. Like something could be ruling in your favor. Leo, Jupiter. Some of you guys, this feels like you could be like the black sheep of your family. Like you could have a family, and I don't want to make this sound shallow, but like you could be the one to carry your family out of like poverty and destitute. I'm getting like the first millionaire, okay, the first one to go to college, the first one to, you know, start a business, just achieve something of significance, of importance. Something here that it feels like something really broke you, and this really sent you within. And I feel like as you were in this hermit's journey, as you went through this hermit's journey, for some of you, it's like the dark night of the soul I'm picking up on too. There is a lot that you learned about yourself, your family, your ancestry. Something awakened you. You remember this Pentacles in the reverse. Like it awakened you. Two of Pentacles, things coming into balance, being open and flexible to change. And you know, they say generational curses run in the family until there's a person who doesn't want to ignore whatever's happening. They feel it, but they also want to change it. And this could talk about change, being, you know, adaptable. What's the karma card? Seven of Wands in the reverse. What else? Oh, too many cards. Well, we got Girl. That's fitting. The Eight of Cups. The Queen of Cups in the reverse. It's fitting. I don't usually take all these cards, but I'm going to. The Lovers. Yeah, there's some form of integration happening here. I feel like the integration that's happening is you getting in alignment with your higher self. And also you integrating, like, say if you were doing your research on your lineage, your heritage, your bloodline, whatever the case may be, I feel like you're going to start to incorporate more traditions, more you know, like, how can I describe it? Say like if they cooked a certain food, you'll start to cook that food too. If they had certain, you're picking up the good traditions that you should carry, but I feel like there's a specific one you're releasing in terms of family and money, which can be a programming. Like your relationship with money can be a programming. So the world here, I feel like there's something you're surrendering and walking away. I feel like it's you just being in this Queen of Cups in a reverse energy period to where you're emotionally unsettled, you're emotionally like unregulated. This could even be a heart chakra blockage. The world here feels like you're going through some sort of upgrade. But there's a cycle here that probably closed out for you in Capricorn season. I just seen the Capricorn new moon with the moon at the top of this card. I feel like you probably set new intentions, whatever you did. Maybe you set new intentions, set new goals and aspirations for yourself. But I feel like there's a cycle here that's coming to a close to where you learned a lot about your life, your self on a soul level when it comes to the soul, your family history, all of that. There's a big change that's happening here. And I feel like this is metanoia that somebody's going through. There's integration happening here for sure. Because I feel like there's lessons and things like that that you learned. But the difference is this time you're actually integrating them, which is going to take your life to a whole new level. That's the true measure of intelligence. How you can apply the wisdom that you've learned. Because it's like somebody here just keep in a cycle I'm getting with the Death card in the reverse. Of being in an energy or in a connection with this King of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody who's non-committal, unloyal, they ain't have no money. Like, give me one of this King of Pentacles in reverse. It feels like they shapeshift too, whoever this energy is. Like they come in and promise you all these things and then they leave you disappointed with the Star in the reverse because they don't follow through on anything that they say they're going to do. So we have the Emperor. For some of you, this is a relationship with the father of your child. That you're finally clearing out the karmic debris from. Four of Wands in the reverse, Wheel of Fortune. This person didn't support you the way that you needed them to, but I feel like they definitely prepared you for something significant. To fulfill a prophecy with this Ace of Wands, that's really what I'm getting. Somebody here is very high-ranking spiritual. So this Emperor, they could be Aries. Somebody could be a Aries, Taurus, Cusper, this man. Or if you're a woman, your inner child was triggered to the fact that you could have had, this could be an absent father or one that just didn't provide for you financially. But they wanted to boss you around and tell you what to do. I'm kind of getting that too. Or that's your past person. Somebody could have even had a father wound that kept you in a karmic cycle of dating the same people. Because like unconsciously, men look for their fathers. I mean, women look for their fathers in, Or maybe you dated somebody who had an absent father, because I didn't even mean to say men look for their fathers. Somebody you dated could have had a father wound, and this really impacted the way that they fathered the child that y'all had together. But I feel like women look for their fathers and men look for their mothers. Whether they were a good parent, a bad parent, or a great parent. Because that's like your first model of relationships. I found that foundation that you build, like, emotionally or just like consciously. So yeah, I feel like this Eight of Cups is definitely giving me like you seeing the bigger picture of a situation. Why you've been through something. It's like something is starting to really make sense for you in terms of what you've had to experience. I feel like you could be learning here that you are meant to break generational patterns, paradigms, rhythms, and like that. I feel like that's what somebody is learning as they go through whatever change this is. Like your life may look different from other people in your family because it's meant to be different. So what's unexpected income? I feel like this could be rewards. And this could even be just spiritually unexpected income. You know, like Two of Swords in reverse. Yeah, so something has finally been unblocked is what this is giving. I feel like now you're choosing the path that is actually in alignment with what your destiny is. Because you understand something now. Yeah, look, Five of Pentacles in the reverse and the Chariot. The Chariot only operates from the spirit of wisdom. I feel like you could have gotten out of this woe is me energy in terms of your love life and dating and wanting to build a family and things like that. And starting to realize that you've been prepared for something significant. Something that's essential to your bloodline. There's a lot of healing happening here. I feel like it's internally, which is probably going to start to show financially. Because although it shouldn't, like, your self-worth is tied to the amount of money that you make, especially with men. They definitely tie their worth to money. I don't feel like it should be, right? Because there are better things that you would have to offer, like your character, your morals, your integrity, and things like that. But you definitely need money still. But the whole point is like it's an energy. So yeah, the Chariot is you moving forward. Things are gonna like take off fast for you. The Chariot is fast moving energy. It's alignment, mind, body, and spirit. It's having discipline. Okay, it's confidence. Being in alignment like that manifests as confidence. It's also Cancer energy. There's definitely healing. Give me more on the Two of Swords in the reverse. You could also be coming out of denial about something, that you're different from your family. You stand out, and it's okay. I feel like you're supposed to. You're probably meant to be a way shower, a trailblazer, a pioneer, things like that. The Five of Pentacles is Taurus Mercury, but it's in the reverse. There's wounds, insecurities that you're overcoming. I feel like you're getting out of this lack mentality and mindset and realizing like it's not that you've never been lovable, it's just that the people who you've dated were assigned to you to help you evolve. And it's not that you weren't of value, because the Six of Wands can talk about, you know, your value, your self-worth, and things like that. It is the people who you dated, they didn't have the ability to see you. It's hard to explain, but I hope it's making sense. Like for me, a lot of people don't recognize that I have like light brown eyes. And I feel like the people who cannot see that, it's meant to be that way. Like, that's the best way I could describe it. So what's the Five of Pentacles in the reverse? It's like your energy is cloaked for a reason. Yeah, so the Ten of Wands, there's a lot that you're releasing here. Yeah, Queen of Wands, I feel like it's insecurities, feeling less than, feeling like, and this is Saturn too. The Ten of Wands is a Saturn card, which talks about discipline, cycles, also time, karma, whether you have to clear out karmic debt. Because we all incarnate in this realm with karmic debt. Your 12th house will tell you about that. But, and even your south node too. That's not necessarily karma, but it's like what you've already mastered, and your north node will tell you what you need to do or evolve towards, or how your life looks when you start to evolve and things like that. So the Ten of Wands, there's a big release happening here. For some of you, you've worked really hard to overcome, because this Ten of Pentacles in the reverse is giving me like somebody's family could have, you could have grown up in the hood, in the trenches, in like, you know, the jets, and you've worked really hard to overcome that lifestyle that you were born into, because the Five of Pentacles in the reverse is like coming out of stagnancy, coming out of, you know, poverty, homelessness, and things of that nature. But then the Wands is also like a lack of fun, a lack of passion and spontaneity. It's like being overwhelmed and burdened with responsibilities, needing to delegate tasks and things like that. I feel like you've carried a lot on your shoulders. Give me one of the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like this is a read for somebody very significant. I mean, one, very significant, and two, like, specific. So the Fool in the reverse, you could be a fixed sign. This Five of Pentacles is Taurus, Mercury. That's a fixed sign. But the Fool in the reverse is somebody who doesn't want to change. They're fearing change. They're not ready to take a leap of faith yet, or they're distracted. So yeah, I feel like you've made a lot of sacrifices and releasing things that have been distracting you. Now that you understand your path, your journey, you're like getting rid of the things that no longer serve your highest good. For some of you, I just heard social media. Like, you could have gotten rid of a lot of your social media. It's a lot here. My bad, y'all. That's the snowplow. I hope that's, yeah, somebody's going through emotional renewal with this Ace of Cups, because like we're in the middle of a snowstorm. So I hope the plow is not bothering you guys, but he might be here for a little bit. I don't even think they really salted, for real. What's the Fool reverse? Yeah, there's a lot that you're distracting, and you're aligning with, I mean, that you're releasing that's been distracting you, and you're aligning with, I feel like the dump truck is significant to a distraction, a major distraction. But you're aligning with your highest timeline over here. Yeah, look, the Empress and the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. This could be somebody's maternal bloodline that has... It feels royal with this Empress here, because the Empress is naturally abundant. They're naturally very fruitful and able to attract or manifest, you know, what it is that they desire. But with the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, it's like they haven't been. It's like being in a bloodline full of a bunch of people who are royal, and you being the only one to know that and actually act upon that. You get what I'm saying? Like, your spiritual wealth is different from your physical wealth. Like, and I feel like a lot of times, only when you tap into your innate skills, talents, and abilities that have been inherited through generational bloodlines and things like that, especially when you're high ranking the way I'm feeling this reading is for somebody, or you are, you won't really receive your inheritance and things like that until you tap into that. Confirmation, my phone just went off, because how can I describe it? It's the path that's protected. So the Ten of Cups is like wholeness, feeling whole and complete within oneself, or just the family that you've been desired. It's like this is what you've wanted, but somehow there could be some cognitive dissonance here because how you have been living your life thus far maybe has been out of alignment with what it is that you've actually desired. But I feel like it served a purpose. And now that you're awakening, shit is about to change. It's about to change. So I just seen the Nine of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. I feel like you're no longer giving attention to the shit that don't matter. What's this Ten of Cups? For some of you, your own family has been trying to distract you from living your life the way you want to. Like they could tell you that you're bougie or... Yeah, look, the Seven of Swords and the Ten of Cups. For some of you, your own family has some plants there. The Moon in the reverse, and it's been revealed. Maybe one significant. It's this masculine over here, possibly. Your own father or the father of your child or this past relationship was planted to distract you from carrying out a mission, fulfilling your life purpose. Because it's something so significant about the family that you're meant to create that's going to shift the trajectory of the family that you came from, or your bloodline, your, you know, your heritage, your lineage. The family that you create is meant to shift that in a positive way. So there could be family here who, I feel like they're watching you. They watch you a lot. They could notice that you're different. What's the Seven of Swords? It's like they watch you, study you, gather information on you. Because a lot of them with the Fool in the reverse haven't been able to release certain things. Yeah, the Sun. This is somebody getting a lot of attention. You're very healing. I feel like you have this natural glow and aura about you. The dump truck will get the fuck on. Like, he should have did that, like, last night. So, yeah, I feel like the Seven of Swords, your own family could be figuring out that you're very different. I feel like now they're starting to see your light, your aura is changing, and they're starting to see it too. But I feel like there's one specific person who's watched you since you were a child, and they've purposely tried to create. For some of you, that Empress in the reverse could, yeah, well, it's not reverse, but the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, this could be like your own mother. Give me on this Seven of Swords. Yeah, somebody's family is realizing that there's something so significant about your energy. And sometimes the light workers, the healers, the earth angels, starseeds, things like that, they're born into chaotic and karmic families. Intentionally. Like, that's what your soul was contracted before you came into this realm. It was written in the stars. So the Seven of Cups in the reverse, yeah. There's an illusion here that's over, or whoever's been trying to block you or distract you doesn't have any more options. Okay, like, for some of you, there could be like you could come from a family of people, I'm getting like hood rich, where they're materialistic, but they really don't have anything to show for it. Or this could be the Seven of Cups in reverse with the Seven of Swords. This could be I don't know, I feel like your energy is uncloaked. Now it's like uncloaked. Because you understand something about yourself, you now know how to protect yourself. So you can really shine your light now. It's really what I'm getting. Because something that you learned really helped you to evolve. But the Seven of Wands can be like this form of protection. And with it in the reverse, it's like you can take more control over your life now that you have the wisdom, the knowledge that you've needed. You said, why does it have to be like that? What's the question? What you mean? I don't know if I'm getting a job or not. I see the Six of Wands here. This could be an opportunity. Okay, Two of Pentacles, things coming into balance in your career. Yeah. And then also we have unexpected income here. So, yeah. But I feel like it's not going to be the job that you want. It's going to be the one that you need. One that is aligned with where you're headed on a spiritual level. What's the Seven of Cups reversed? Yeah, the Five of Wands. Surrendering the drama, the conflict, the mundane lifestyle. That's also a Saturn card in the Chariot. Crazy. Cancer season could be significant for you, for somebody. You could have like maybe Cancer Mars, Cancer North Node. Maybe Cancer could be in your 6th house somehow. Or, somebody has a Cancer significant that, a Cancer placement that's significant. Or this is like family. Yeah, like somebody's following their heart, releasing things that no longer serve. Some of you could really be realizing that you were born into a karmic family. What's the Two of Swords in the reverse? Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. This is somebody's finances, inheritance, that it feels like that's being unblocked here. Your life path could start to be unblocked. Because, you know, like all the timelines exist simultaneously. It's just the one that you choose is determined by the actions that you take. And the one that's like in alignment with your highest good sometimes isn't revealed to you right away. This is something about finances though, for somebody who asks. What's this Queen of Pentacles? It don't matter if you're a man or a woman. It doesn't matter. What else? Okay, we got the Eight of Wands in the reverse. The Four of Cups and the Lovers. So the Eight of Wands in the reverse could be delays, setbacks, missed opportunities. Give me more on this in the Pentacles. Ace of Swords. Yeah, this is a breakthrough. I feel delays are over. The delays are over. Because you're seeing what was actually causing the delays. You're seeing what was actually causing distractions, or what was distracting you. Or you're seeing your highest timeline now. The path that you need to be on. This is an epiphany, an awakening, a breakthrough. This could also be you cutting out a lot of, you know, distractions. So what's main female? The Eight of Swords, the Strength card in the reverse. I don't know, getting the Mother from that because the Empress is in the Strength card. So the Eight of Swords could be overthinking. The Strength card in the reverse could be like, it feels like you've had thoughts in this perpetual loop of feeling inadequate, unworthy, and things like that. What's the Strength card reverse? This also talks about a lack of confidence, or you not able to overcome certain challenges and obstacles. Yeah, the wheel change. Somebody here is aligning with their clock of destiny. The wheel is turning in your favor. This is also Sagittarius Jupiter. There's an expansion of the mind here. I feel like what's really happening is you shifting your perception about you, the way you view yourself, the opinion you have of you, how you judge yourself, critique yourself. I feel like now that you're understanding what's really been transpiring or the reason for it, you can give yourself more grace because you know you're being prepared for something that's much bigger than you. With this main female, there could be somebody in your family who has been comparing themselves to you. Okay, But you know, they say like we are a higher manifestation of our parents, and our kids are a higher manifestation of us, and so on. But I feel like this main female is really giving me mother energy, and I trying to get around it. But whoever this person is, they could be very royal. They could be very high ranking in spirit, but they've never seen themselves that way. Or they've had imposter syndrome. They've been stuck or trapped with this Eight of Swords. But I feel like what's happening here is you're turning the wheel, because give me more on the strength card verse. This is interesting. Yeah, Page of Swords in the reverse. This could be misinformation. Somebody was misinformed about who they were, because I feel like the programming that exists in this world was what somebody had their paradigms and belief systems shaped around, to where you've done more ancestral researching and digging and investigating to see that you're very much different. Because the Wheel of Fortune is like your divine blueprint. And somebody has been misinformed. Whoever this main female is, whether it's you or a mother figure or somebody else in your life, I feel like they have been misinformed. Two more. On the wheel. Oh Lord, the cards done flew off the desk. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can get that. Okay, so that was the Two of Cups that just fell. I do feel like this is somebody that's coming back into union with themselves. Give me one on the Wheel of Fortune. That's also Cancer Venus. Cancer is the home, the family. Yeah, the Temperance, exactly. Aligning with the highest timeline. But a lot of people don't like to talk about the Cancer placement as being connected to ancestry, because it's more so about... how can I describe it? Being able to channel and communicate with the dead. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of people like to shun that and deem it as like evil or demonic and things like that. So when we're talking about psychic and intuitive abilities, people like to skip over the Cancer placement. You feel me? And they like to talk about, oh, Scorpio and Pisces and Virgo. But Cancer is that energy of you being connected to your ancestry in a past life. Like that placement goes deep. That Cancer placement goes when we're talking about, you know, psychic and intuitive abilities. Because it's like wisdom that's already within you. So it's like you've incarnated in multiple lifetimes with that gift, with that ability to connect with the dead. Like when we talk about terms of like necromancy and where you're able to like command spirits and things for you, that's a strong placement. That's a strong indication. Okay, so we have the Temperance here. This is self-management. This is like your soul extending outward. Also here, patience. Somebody here had to learn patience. The Temperance is Sagittarius energy, and the Wheel is Sagittarius energy. And that's all about freedom, higher learning. It's also power, because the Sagittarian energy can sometimes show up as, or the pictures, how it's depicted, can show up as that centaur. Half man, half horse. The horse represents power. But I'm getting like this is more so because you've learned, something about yourself, your family history, your ancestry, and things like that. Somebody here is about to align with their highest timeline. This is the soul extending outward, the Temperance. Gaining dominion over the earth. But the Sagittarian energy, that's what I was about to say, is all about philosophy. You know, searching for a deeper meaning and things like that. It's also a placement of luck, being in the right place at the right time with the Jupiter energy. Things just naturally falling in place for you, or just you receiving the things that you need at the right time. Give me on this Eight of Swords, because what is that? Yeah, the Lovers. There's definitely something being integrated here. But the Eight of Swords is a Gemini Jupiter, which talks about a shift in your perception, or there's one that needed to happen. The Lovers can be union, integration. I feel like for some of you, you developed a form of imposter syndrome based on the people who you dated not being able to see you for who you truly were. Give me more on the Lovers. The Eight of Swords. That's what this is giving. Yeah, the Two of Cups. This is you definitely coming back into union with yourself, but I really feel like the people who you dated haven't treated you I cannot describe it in a way. They didn't know your worth, or they weren't able to see your true value. Even though you knew it, you felt it, you knew who you were, but it kind of like made you develop some sort of insecurities or feelings of inadequacy. And this is where the misinformation has come from. And I feel like up until now with the Page of Swords in reverse, it's like you've gotten it all wrong. Like you were probably thinking things may have happened to you when really you were just being prepared. The Wheel of Fortune is also preparation, but give me more on this Page of Swords in reverse. For some of you, there could have been like a mother figure who misinformed you. Like maybe you were meant to be a teacher or writer or whatever, and they're like, oh, I think you'll make a great salesman. But that was intentional. What's the Page of Swords in the reverse? Something like that. The Hangman. Stagnancy. Yeah, look, Queen of Swords in the reverse, King of Swords in the reverse. Some of y'all could be dealing with karma from both sides, the mother and the father, and to where they both have been out of alignment with their authentic selves, and they were okay with that, and you're not. Hangman is you getting grounded in your reality, you making sacrifices, you kind of just realizing a lot. What's the Temperance? This is definitely peace. Yeah, look. Divine law and order. I feel like the relationship that you have with yourself is growing stronger each and every day. And I feel like the Justice card, this is you getting ready to do what's best for you. The Justice card and the Strength card to me go hand in hand because it takes courage. All right, but I feel like this is good karma coming in for somebody. You're about to live a very peaceful and serene life. Justice card. Or this is your karmic justice, peace after all you've endured. Balance, harmony. For some of you, there is a new relationship coming in with this Lovers, Two of Cups. Yeah, look, the Nine of Cups. Everything you want, desire, deserve. Your wish fulfillments, your personal wish fulfillments. For some of you, it is a pregnancy. Because this Lovers Two of Cups could be the person that you're meant to be with. The Lovers is union through alignment. Morals, values, goals, dreams, aspirations. It's great communication. It's also a form of telepathy. That's a very powerful bond. The Lovers and the Two of Cups, those are your unspoken feelings. The bond that's so strong, people can feel it and see it. The Lovers is like a form of telepathy to where y'all can finish each other's sentences. Y'all can hear each other's thoughts when you're not around. You feel me? There's great conversation there. Great compatibility. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just great. So this is like, this Lovers Two of Cups does give me a new relationship that's coming in. Page of Wands reverse, King of Swords reverse. There could be somebody. Yeah, Page of Pentacles reverse, Six of Pentacles. This gives the person from your past somebody you're no longer in communication with, or you're just no longer interested in. I feel like this person had a plan to go into partnership or union with you for the wrong reasons. Yeah, Ace of Wands in the reverse, King of Cups in the reverse, Four of Wands in the upright, and the Empress. Whoever this is, they seen you for who you truly are and what you had to offer, but they didn't have good intentions. They just seen somebody that you could benefit, somebody they could benefit from. Which is not a bad thing. To be used means like you're of value, but as long as you are getting what you want too. The Six of Pentacles is reciprocity, equal give and take. And when you're not, knowing when to exit stage left. Good morning. Blessings to you and everyone else too. Is that because we have royalty in our history? Yeah, I feel like having a royal bloodline can be an advantage and a disadvantage, because the way you carry yourself naturally is different from a lot of the people around you. You get what I'm saying? Like, around kids who have like a very royal spirit, and at a young age they're going to tell you what it is that they want, what it is that they desire. They're going to want to have the experience, and they're often old souls too. Like, they know what they deserve, what they want, the lifestyle that they want to live at a very young age. They just know. And they can be hard to parent and deal with because of that, because of the royal spirit that they have. They're just, to where a certain kid, you could tell, okay, go take out the trash, go do this, go do that. A child that has a royal spirit is going to look at you like a peasant. They treat you like you're a peasant. Like, and I feel like that only gets more evident, or that feeling only grows, or that sense of pride, which is not a bad thing, only grows and manifests at a higher level as we become adults. So I hope that answers your question when you said, why is it like that? But yeah, this Temperance with the Judgment and the Nine of Cups, somebody here is about to get everything that they deserve. Because I feel like you're finally seeing about yourself what it is that you need to see. And a lot of people who don't have a royal spirit, you date them and you have certain expectations and you want to be provided for us in a certain way and treated a certain way, and you're confident or strong in your identity, like they're going to tell you that you're stuck up, you're shallow, you're bougie. They're going to tell you that you're a bitch. Like, it's just, that energy is often misunderstood. Even if you didn't have a lot of money, right? Even if you didn't have a lot of material wealth and things like that. But the way you carried yourself stood out more. Like, it's like, who does he or she think they are? Like, when you know who you are, but then it's like people have tried to make you feel bad or shameful for that, or for wanting to have a certain life. Oh, tapped into the infinite flow of the universe. Yeah, because you're finally aligning, and then I just put the deck on sudden wealth, because you're finally seeing yourself for who you truly are and not giving a fuck either. But with the Fool in the reverse and the Wheel of Fortune, some of y'all are moving out of this energy of like naivety. No longer allowing people to tell you who you truly are. This is really what this is giving me. Somebody is definitely realizing, like, don't she just look royal? She got on a green gown. Green is naturally, it's abundance, it's stability. It's a very earthly color. A very earthly energy. You know, I'm hearing that it's a random song in my head. It's by Monica. You remind me of my Gucci shoes. Every time you walk past, everyone be looking at you. You got style, just like a Bentley coupe. I think I'm falling in love again. Yeah, I think that's you falling in love with yourself, literally. And people who lack confidence and self-love are the first ones to be targeted for being like conceited and arrogant. Or yes, they target other people for being conceited and arrogant when they have those qualities within themselves. So let's see, what's this Six of Wands, Two of Pentacles? I just cannot talk today, like, sheesh. Because somebody asked about career. I'll pull a money oracle too. So we have legal document, courthouse. Yeah, I feel like because the sun is over here in the upright, somebody here is about to honor the contract of their soul. That's why the sun is like the happiest card. It's soul marriage. What else? I feel like you're finally about to honor your life path, your life contract, your life mission and purpose. Or you're ready to. Tapped into the flow of the universe, period. Take flight. Okay. Who's this King of Pentacles in the reverse? Somebody was really a catalyst for your growth. Yeah, wrong way. Distractions is leading you off course. Stay in sync with our spiritual self, path, and ego. So with the King of Pentacles in the reverse over here and the Queen of Pentacles in the upright, I feel like this is a karmic partner that you're cutting ties with. Whether it's a spiritual divorce or it's a physical divorce, you're cutting ties with the wrong one. And the King of Pentacles and the Emperor gives me somebody who you were married to. Like, you could have been married to this person and you're divorcing them. You know, after y'all already had a child. But I feel like the child is what is, like, for instance, you could be a person who strongly believes in, I'm not staying together for the kids. Like, they need healthy environments, they need strong foundations, they need to see being loved properly, you know. And it's like, I'm not about to do that. To where your parents may have done that. And you're like, fuck no. Like, hell no. What's the super fuck no? It's like, what else for this Queen of Pentacles? King of Pentacles in the reverse. You know, I'm also getting this King of Pentacles in reverse. This could be like a father figure who has tried to tell you who you could and couldn't date. And it's somebody like them. Enjoy the silence. Yeah, I feel like this is peace. Four of Swords energy is what this is giving me. Heart like a lotus flower. Okay, what else? Cut through the confusion. Yeah, I feel like you were confused. It feels like something was flipped. If you want peace, prepare for war in the reverse. Yeah, it's like you don't have to go to war to have peace. It's in the reverse. Like, it's like that struggle love type of shit that people want you to believe in. Oh, if we can survive anything we meant to be. No, absolutely not. No ain't strong enough for me. Absolutely the fuck not. Yeah, burning bridges, but I feel like it's a good one that you're burning. It's one that's meant to be burned. Because this could be the type of person with the King of Pentacles in reverse that wants you to be in this type of, like, struggle love to prove your worth or place in their life. And it's like, now you're starting to see, like, do you know who the fuck I am? Like, if you gonna be anything, please be for real. Because I feel like, let's get this oracle. So yeah, there is definitely, because sometimes I'm not going to say sometimes, I've heard before, and I haven't done my own research on this, that becoming a single father, a single mother is a karmic contract. But I feel like you will only exist within that contract of what they were designed to do in your life, as long as you acknowledge them as such. But once you start to see it differently and shift your mindset, and you're like, just because I have a child with this person doesn't mean that they can control me, and vice versa. Use my child to control me, you know, like whatever the case may be, you'll start to shift that paradigm and belief system. I hope that made sense. Or like, just because you have a child, you have to, like, somebody, you could be, with this Hierophant over here, you could come from a family that believes in, like, arranged marriages, or there's no divorcing. Maybe it's foreign. Maybe be foreign with this Sagittarius energy over here. Or you could come from, like, you know, a different background and cultures than what exists in the United States. Like, oh, too many cards. We have third eye vision, shield your energy, and soul fragments. Yeah, I feel like you're recalling a soul fragment here. And it's been fragmented in all the people that you've dated. You've left a piece of you behind. So you could need to recall your power, your energy from every timeline, space, portal, and dimension that it's been left or where it's lingered. I feel like the Wheel of Fortune with the Temperance is that's happening right now. But it don't hurt to, you know, do a little work, oh my gosh, on your end too. That's what I'm saying. Whoever this is, you learned a whole lot about yourself on a spiritual level, on a soul level, because of this one person over here. Or multiple people that you've dated. This could have been a cycle. Okay, yeah, look, awakened spirit, desire to change, dark night of the soul. 11 is a master number. And 4 is that Cancer energy again. So I'm going to read awakened spirit. Yeah, there's somebody who's going through a major awakening. A very powerful awakening and ascension. Like I said, your identity and your ancestry and stuff like that is important to your spiritual inheritance. Because you can't, I'm not going to say you can't, but it's not as effective, rather, than you knowing who, when you don't know who you truly are, you can't really express yourself on a soul level, on a spiritual level. You get what I'm saying? So let's read this. So helping others desire to change. An awakened spirit is much like Alice in Wonderland. Once you have traveled down the rabbit hole, you can never go back to what you knew before. You become forever changed by your new experience. New information and experiences will change you at your very core. You become enlightened with sacred connection, resulting in physical, spiritual, and emotional changes. So that's the world I'm seeing here, because that's like your chakras. It's Taurus, um, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Leo, and they all connect to a chakra. Like Leo is the heart. Okay, Aquarius is the crown. But okay, anyway, so you may be feeling lost and confused about your life, relationships, family, or social connections, including your employment. This is a time when making meaningful experiences is a priority, as you can no longer fathom wasting time on greedy, materialistic, or ego based principles. Exactly. The question of why comes to the forefront of almost every experience as you search for meanings and validity for your soul's experience here on earth. That's that Sagittarius energy. Because if you think about it, Scorpio's constellation comes right before that. And that's more so operating out of your south node, your lower nature. But once you become like aware of how to harness that sexual creative energy, you get what I'm saying? That's why I feel like lust tied into this somehow. Then you can start to intentionally use that energy to shift the trajectory of your life. So when you look at Sagittarius's arrow, it's pointing up, right? Like, but it's in terms of like your consciousness. So seeing through the industrial machine of society, you become more aware of people's unhappiness, lack of passion, ethics, and integrity. At this moment, understanding who you are, the real you, beyond what you have been conditioned to believe by societal norms, family, school, or institutions, becomes a dominant feature in your life. So I'm getting somebody who's breaking free of the matrix. I mean, you never truly can as long as you're in this realm, but you can shift your perception. You get what I'm saying? So right now your spirit seeks freedom, also Sagittarian energy. Confined by restrictive interactions and outdated ideals, it's important to understand that connection between your physical body and spiritual self. This deep connection is the soul's expanded awareness into seeing broader and bigger picture in life. A broader, bigger, and picture in life. Health challenges can occur now as you go through this phase of spiritual improvement. Growing impatience with materialistic people, social media, news, and programs continually highlight the world's imbalance of peace and harmony. Humanitarian efforts are supported now, donating time, effort, and energy into community programs or groups, and into implementing healthy and greener alternatives into your life will bring you new opportunities, creating a supportive and healthier lifestyle. And I feel like people with this mindset are very much needed in the communities with the youth, and to like speak their truth, share their knowledge and things like that to help and assist other people. So you could be meant to be like a guide or a spiritual teacher with the Hierophant back here for the new earth. Because I feel like the way that society is shifting, they're finally ready to accept spirituality and all that comes with it. So it could be time for you to really, take your place amongst the affairs of men. So the shadow aspect is authoritarian communication, inconsiderate, and social disconnection. The sacred crystal is white selenite. That's this. If you want to go and buy it. The card that just fell is Aura Always Shining. Radiant energy, authenticity, inner peace, magnetic, attractive, healthy on all levels, mind, body, and spirit. That's so fitting for this read. And then at the bottom we have Two-Face and Pretty Penny in the reverse. Yeah, I feel like more so not this like malicious type of energy with two-face, but it feels like there's been a lot of people who have been around you and living out of alignment with who they are authentically, more so the people in your family, so they ain't had no money. Anyway, your guardian angel is Angel Peniel, as for understanding difficult situations and life lessons. And your affirmation is, I am free to follow the call of my heart with purpose, love, and clarity. Wow, that was definitely very fitting for this read. Let's read 11 because that's a master number. I know this is getting kind of long, but stay if you like. If not, I'll save it so you can come back and watch later. So, the dark night of the soul, healing crisis, life brings new meaning. The dark night of the soul is a deep-seated human experience that can be deeply traumatic, filled with sadness and melancholy. Let me tell you, the first time I went through the dark night of the soul, I literally thought I was losing my mind. Like, I swear. And I feel like there's naturally this a certain level of psychosis people experience when they're going through an ascension because you're trying to figure out what's real and what's not. But it's like you really start to disassociate and you don't know why. But it's because you don't resonate with the people that you've been around, the places that you're frequenting, the foods that you may have eaten, the TV shows. And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with me? But anyway, so this is an incredibly trying time in the human experience, one filled with constant emotional turmoil, feelings of loss, instability, and darkness. Sometimes the most insignificant event can spiral an individual into the dark night experience, like the straw that broke the camel's back. I feel like it was this person for some of you. Okay. Like the straw that broke the camel's back, your soul has said enough is enough. It may seem as if the world may be ending, but just as night turns into day, it is a cycle of renewal. That's the world over here. You can't acknowledge an ending without acknowledging a new beginning, or there will be one, and vice versa. And what is this around? Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, some of y'all have had it with the family tradition. Some of y'all have had it with y'all family. Like, I don't know what's wrong with them, or this is just a divorce. So now you're becoming more aware of the ego and how it comes into play with your emotions, your physical drive and motivation, and how others interact with you. Yeah, you could have been outcasted. Yeah, I'm channeling somebody who may have come from a family to where you may not have felt like you belonged. And instead of them like embracing you and your differences, they could have called you like weird. And look at this girl. She over here all by herself. It's nine and it's just her. Like, don't she look lonely or whatever? Like, but I feel like this was really your karmic justice. Like, because it's like you can't really expect the people who are living within those generational patterns and rhythms that are not serving y'all's highest good to give you the approval or to approve of the life that you live when you're trying to break those. So you may feel as though you are clouded in darkness, emotionally broken and helpless in your life, alone and isolated, that the world is broken and lost. This is lonely, or this lonely dark space can be difficult to navigate if you have only a limited support network of close friends or family. Know that at any time you can reach out and talk to someone to shift through these challenges. Right now, you may be experiencing feelings of deep depression, melancholy, and sadness. That a part of you has been lost to the world, never to be seen or heard from again. But I feel like it's really you releasing the identity, which is also important. You releasing the identity of what connected you to these things, right? You have to release that too. Um, However, this is far from the truth. Nothing is ever truly lost. We just outgrow our own surroundings, environment, and personal interests. Like the earth's cycle of the night, it is always darkest just before the dawn. Know that you will be emerging soon with a new lease on life, a greater understanding of who you are as an individual. View this time now as purification of the senses and spirits. You must face hidden memories, concerns, or stories that are lying beneath the surface if you wish to emerge enlightened, forever transformed by your experience. Stop and surrender to the universe. And that's what the wheel teaches us, to go with the flow. Okay, allow divine alignment to occur and to take precedence, because that's the path of ease and grace and harmony. At the end of the day, the temperance is right below that. Okay, so the shadow aspect is refusal to accept change. And I feel like the verse you could have been for a while, but this feels like on a familial level. You want to like live the same lifestyle as your family or doing whatever to fit in. I feel like now you're about to be okay with standing out and being different and embracing that. So the sacred crystal is hematite. Your angel assistance is Archangel Raguel for conflict resolution and inner harmony. And your affirmation is, I accept and create positive actions through the cycle of change. Wow, this was a very powerful read, Virgo. I like this one. Hey there to the last person who just said hi. I don't want to butcher your name, but welcome. So this was your read. I feel like you starting to embrace your differences from your natural born family is really about to push you into alignment. Because some of you, you're about to get comfortable in like your own skin. And like, how much of a disservice would you do yourself to be in places that don't align with you? And just have to wake up and look in the mirror and not be happy. Like, I feel like nobody deserves that. But this is awesome. I love this for you. I love this for us, because there's like this theory, when one person evolves and starts to shift their paradigms and belief systems, you raising your vibration, your frequency allows the people around you to connect with that same frequency. And just maybe they'll want to do the same. You know, it's like being an example, being like I was saying before, a way shower, a trailblazer, to where when you start to live your life a certain way and it's effective, you know, and where you're manifesting your abundance, you know, you're happy, you're at peace, other people start to look and they go, wow, like, you know, such and such has been doing da 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 da, or, you know, blase scoop. They start to see it and then they want to change themselves. So it's like operating at a frequency that's higher and other people can connect to it will raise the vibration frequency potentially of the other people around you. So I love this for us. Yay. That's so exciting. But thank you so much, Virgo, for tuning in. I really appreciate you being here. Don't forget to like and share, comment, and subscribe. Okay, however you contribute, I genuinely would appreciate it. But yeah, wishing everybody a safe and seamless return back home to yourselves, and I will call y'all later. Bye.